Greg Weissman joins us live from LAPD headquarters downtown with the very latest. Greg.
Leila, last night's shootings involved officers from LAPD South Bureau Gang Detail, and it underscores the dangers that law enforcement faces every day on the streets of LA. Yeah, Leila and Emmett, there is a new restaurant here along Hollywood Boulevard that is redefining eating out. And they're doing it by serving up a heaping helping of technology. Lynette, you don't think of something like this happening in El Segundo, but it did, and the victim remained very calm, and she used her pepper spray. Despite these extreme winter conditions, search and rescue efforts will continue overnight for Dean Christie, with additional resources being allocated early Monday morning. It's very interesting, Lynette. The races for both Republican and Democratic nominations are still toss-ups. At this point, it's anyone's guess if Iowa will give nominees a leg up heading into the primaries. But a new poll shows both sides in a dead heat.
As a matter of fact, KTLA's Greg Weissman joins us live from the LA River in Griffith Park. Greg, what a mess out there earlier, huh?
Certainly was, Emmett. You know, when a storm system moves in, then moves out, what's left behind is runoff. Massive amounts of water like what's behind me in the LA River. Perhaps the most visible reminder of the weather event Southern California just went through. Leila, it is very unusual to find bromate in supply water. High levels of it have been linked to cancer, among other things. Well, dangerous levels of bromate were found here at Silver Lake Reservoir back in October. And now the question, what to do with all of this water? Leila, this is the field where 9-year-old Zane Newton was found late this afternoon, just about 200 yards behind me. From the time this story broke early this morning, it went from a shooting to a kidnapping to a statewide Amber Alert. And now it appears this was a most unfortunate accident with still many questions unanswered. Yeah, Leila, the question tonight, who killed Rick Soto Jr.? This bus stop billboard is one of several around the Inland Empire, and they are all part of one mother's personal quest to find those responsible for her son's murder. His smiling face greets you as you enter Fontana on the eastbound Interstate 10. But it's the words next to his face that will stay with you for the rest of your drive. So who did kill Rick Soto Jr.?
At this point, we do not have any leads.
Colton police say from the start, this case went very cold, very fast.
Somebody out here knows who did it.
Those lack of leads drove Arlene Soto to spend $5,000, money that's very hard to come by for this single mother of 6, to post this big billboard and several bus stop posters around Colton near where her son was gunned down in cold blood.
And that's the whole reason behind these posters and the billboard. Every time this person turns around, he's going to see my son's face. He destroyed me. He destroyed the whole family.
This is where it happened April 6th. 22-year-old Rick Soto was sitting in his car with a friend on the corner of 10th and M Streets. Sometime just after midnight, Rick was shot once in the head. He died at the scene. And the only witness to the crime, the passenger, hasn't helped with the investigation.
We don't know why he's not talking to us at this point.
So as detectives work this 6-month-old case, the family looks back on Rick's life. Pictures of the innocent toddler, the star baseball player, the guy everyone loved. On Rick's mom and sisters, tattoos on legs, backs, and ankles serve as eternal reminders of a life lost way too soon.
Somebody took my brother's life, and we need to know why he took my brother's life in such a coward manner.
I'm not a quitter, I'm a fighter. And I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep going. I don't care what it takes. He's going to get caught.
Arlene Soto admits she does not have a plan B. She is hoping that this billboard campaign works, and she is adding a $5,000 reward to help jar someone's memory. Live in Colton, I'm Greg Weissman. Emmett, back to you.
Greg Weissman live in Burbank with more on this reunion. Is that what you want to call it, Greg?
Oh, you can certainly call that, and wasn't that the good old days back in 1970? Today, it's a Target parking lot. 38 years ago, it was the parking lot for Lockheed Aircraft. May 1970, one day after work, a young engineer named Gene Brackey comes out to find that his '65 Mustang has been stolen, never dreaming that it would turn up nearly 4 decades later. Judy Smogneski just loves her shiny blue 1965 Ford Mustang. Her dad bought it for her when she graduated high school back in 1970. There's just one problem. They didn't know they were buying a stolen car.
I've rebuilt the engine twice, once at $113,000 in 1976. I've had it painted twice.
Paint job was called honey gold, which is, you can describe, that describes the color. And it was a really nice little car.
And you had that back in the days when you were single.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Oddly enough, that was my first new car.
Gene Brackey was working at Lockheed in Burbank when his honey gold Mustang was stolen. He thought it was gone forever until this week when he got a call from the San Diego Police Department. They said they found his car 38 years later after Judy cross-matched the vehicle identification numbers. They didn't match. Records showed it stolen. And now, what to do?
He'll be coming down probably within the next week, and maybe we can come to some type of agreement. I mean, I've had it since I was 18 years old, you know, but it is his car.
Gene Brackey paid about $2,000 for the car. Judy's dad picked it up for $1,100. At Theodore Robbins Ford in Costa Mesa, a new Mustang goes for about 30 grand. When Gene Brackey's Mustang was stolen, it was just a car. Now, it's a classic. Roughly, what do we think that car might be worth today?
Today's market, an 8 to 10 point car should bring somewhere in the neighborhood of around 20 to 25,000.
But the car's value takes a back seat to the sentimental value it holds for both Judy and Gene.
I'm kind of leaning to let her have the car because I don't need another car, and I don't have, if I had a place to put it, I'd bring it home tomorrow, but I don't.
So who actually owns the car? Gene can't remember if he actually filed an insurance claim. If he did, the insurance company may be the legal owner of that car. Of course, you have to remember back in 1970, the state didn't require drivers to have insurance. Gene can't remember if he even had insurance. Either way, he's going to take a trip to San Diego next week. He and Judy are going to talk about it. He's going to take the car for a spin, see what they can work out. Live in Burbank, I'm Greg Weissman. Back to you.